Vi ska nu ägna oss åt den första svenska tv-intervjun med den mångfacetterade rockikonen Neil Young. Och det är Magnus Broni som har träffat den nyblivne 60-åringen. På Musikbyråns hemsida kan ni höra Neil Young själv berätta om det kommande Archive-projektet. Och här och nu ska Neil Young gå igenom sin brokiga karriär, skiva för skiva.
Music and the muse, the feeling of music and the spirit of music is like a wild animal. You have to approach it very carefully. You have to be careful not to scare it away, and you have to treat it with respect if you want to get close to it.
I'm climbing this ladder, my head in the clouds.
If I had to make a record that sounds like my last record, because my last record was a big hit, then I wouldn't do it. I don't want to do that. You can't give people everything that they want all the time, or like anything else, people get sick of getting pleased.
Det handlar om en av rockhistoriens mest envisa, produktiva och kompromisslösa ikoner. Neil Young. Karriären den har varit en enda lång berg- och dalbana mellan taggig gitarrock med sitt band Crazy Horse, storsäljande lägereldscountry och mer personlig lekstuga. Neil Young, han har alltid gjort precis som han själv har velat. Över 40 skivor på ungefär lika många år har det hunnit bli. Men till skillnad från de allra flesta med ett så pass välfyllt bagage så kan man aldrig riktigt räkna bort Neil Young.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's like a deck of cards.
Yeah, it is. Where's the ace of spades in that one, you think?
Well, I used to be a folk singer, keeping managers alive. Everybody knows this is nowhere. Look at Mother Nature on the run in the 1970s.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. This is a special one. This is pretty good. This one here is good. A lot of people like this one. It wasn't any better than the other ones, but...
When I was a young boy, my mama said to me, walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on.
This is one of my personal favorites. That's a personal favorite too. This one is very, very much a personal favorite. Probably the most, you know, not a big seller, but it's a good one.
Tonight, 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 tonight. Gooseberry was a working man. He used to load that Econoline and sing a song in a shaky voice that was real as the day was long. Tonight's the night, yes it is. Tonight's the night. I am just a dreamer, and you were just a dream. You could
This is a good Crazy Horse. It's a good document, David Briggs document. David Briggs, my producer. We recorded this in a house in Zuma Beach.
That's
This is
actually
one
one
here.
of my favorites.
This is a good one.
Yeah, really good one.
Yeah, the real masters to this were damaged, so all these masters are copies. Everything on this record is a copy of the master. The master, when we sent it off to get mastered, the tape, it got damaged in shipment. This is a pretty good one here, a Crazy Horse, midlife Crazy Horse. Same thing.
My, hey, hey. Rock and roll can never die. It's more to the picture than meets the eye.
Things get obscure, and they continue to be obscure here. And this is one of my favorites. I wanted to make a lot of videos for this one.
Actually, that is really, really good. A lot of the songs and...
You listen to this now, it makes a lot more sense than it did then.
It's more like a Talking Heads album, I think.
Yeah, this is a good one here. Yeah. Kraftwerk had something to do with the way I approached this, this record. It was...
Nancy do the bopping along, the rocking in the White House all night long.
This one here, I got sued for that one. I got sued for this one too.
Can you understand that? That you got sued for? I mean, like...
Well, they gave me a lot of money to make records, and I made that record. Actually, what was the one? No, they sued me. I don't know if these are in their order or not.
Yeah, they were released in that order, but I guess
okay.
you
Well, I got sued somewhere around there. I think I got sued for the first one of these that I made. Yeah. And this is the second one. There's a whole Old Ways album I made that wasn't out. And then, but it come out on the archives. This one here, they told me to make a rock and roll album.
So you did.
I made this for them. I don't think that's what they had in mind.
I've been talking all day long to keep my heart from sadness. Baby, you've been gone so long, I'm wondering if I'll be alone, knowing that I need you to save me.
But, you know, when you tell me to do something, you're going to get something different, you know. It's not going to be... I may really literally take, you know, what I thought rock and roll was exactly what's rock and roll, you know. How are you going to do that?
We never listen to the record company, man. They try to change us and ruin our band.
This one here was trying to come back out of the trees, and I was very ill, very weak, and trying to make my way back. I was too weak to lift my guitar up over my shoulder. I started working out at this time and started physically working out. This is another one that was during the period that we were getting sued and hassled by the record company. And that's why it says life. It's like I have a life sentence to be making music for this record company.
This note's for you.
And then my first record, when I came back to Reprise, I was playing with the Blue Notes. Then I got sued for using the name Blue Notes.
Yeah.
By Harold Melvin, and I apologized to Harold. So I didn't realize, you know, it was just my own fault. I didn't realize he was still out there. And I thought Blue Notes was Blue Note Records, Blue Notes this, Blue. So many people use the name, it didn't bother me, but he thought I was, taking advantage of him. So I apologized to him. This one here, I put this out because I knew a lot of people would like this. I made it a limited edition, only 5,000 copies. And just to let people know that I guess I'm still in control.
Yeah, you can still rock.
Yeah, I could do what I want to do, and I don't have to sell it to you if I don't want to. So we made 5,000 of these. I probably could have sold a lot more of those. And then that and this is an extension of that. This is the one that a lot of people heard.
Yeah, that was like some kind of comeback with Rockin' in the Free World.
Yeah, right. People said that. They don't know what comebacks are.
Keep on rocking in the free world. Peace and love if there's still. In that mansion on the hill.
This is a good record. This is one of the last ones that done with David Briggs. David Briggs named this. Let's hear it. When I said, let's listen to the tape, or it was, what was the name of the song? Mansion on the Hill, and then it was really crappy recording and a bad version, but it had a good vibe. So I said, that's the one I want to use, and he said, okay, well, let's hear it back, and all it's Ragged Glory. I said, nice title, David.
Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon, I caught you knocking at.
This is another one of the type of albums like Prairie Wind is, I guess. Same
seller.
musicians. Yeah, this was a good one. People enjoyed it. Some people like one kind of music, some people like another kind. Then I did this MTV thing. My last record with David Briggs before he passed away.
What do you think of that album today?
This is a great album.
Actually, I think it's
very solid on this. And then I played with Pearl Jam for a while, and we made this record. This was good. I made this really fast in Seattle with them. I haven't listened to it much lately, but it's a good. I think it's a good document. It's the first record. Well, actually, this one here, I made without David Briggs because he was so much of a maybe a little hard to get along with for these guys to understand.
In what way?
It might have been, well, he would have been really abusive and abrasive in the studio, and I only had a little bit of time to work with them, so I decided to work with their producer, Brendan O'Brien, to make things go fast, because I knew I only had a few weeks to make this record. So that really pissed off David that I did that, but that's okay. Not everything works.
And then you didn't have any more chances to
No,
record
then
more.
this is the first one we did without David. And we really just did this to get through making a record. There are some interesting things on this record. It's not a great record, but there are some very interesting parts, and some people think this is one of the best Crazy Horse records ever made, but I think it was more or less just an exercise to get through making a Crazy Horse record without David.
Gonna leave the pain behind. Gonna leave the fools in line. Gonna take the magic potion. It's better than silver and gold.
And this one here is like, kind of like Harvest Moon, a little bit. I think this is a good one too. My daughter took the picture with a little with a little camera, you know, one of those really cheap little cameras. So this is really what the picture looked like, you know. This record is a good record. It's been misunderstood, and
in what way do you think it's been misunderstood?
I think it's just, I think people they just weren't used to me doing this. They thought it was, I don't know what it was, but I think this is a good record.
Are you passionate? Are you living like you talk? We got
Favorite things. This might be right up there with Tonight's the Night. As far
is?
in the long run, this is one of my best pieces of work.
A lot of people that I know who really loves Tonight's the Night don't like that one.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of people that like this, you know, may not like Tonight's the Night.
Yeah.
And also, some people are lost with this. They don't know what to make of this, and that's good.
Yeah.
You can't please everybody all the time, but I pleased myself with this record because it tells a story, and there's images in it that tell a bigger story, a broader story than, and captures a moment in time for me. But this I did for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I did because I wanted to do this.
But
so I really like this.
I mean, you've been challenging yourself, and in that way also your audience.
The audience should really, unfortunately, they come second or third as far as I'm concerned, because if I was pandering to the audience, I think I might have made this many.
Yeah.
Then people would be tired of me, you know. But this makes possible 5 or 6 more records, because people, you know, you can't give people everything that they want all the time, or like anything else, people get sick of getting pleased. People don't really, you know, they'd rather be challenged, and this record was very challenging. If you didn't stick with this, you didn't get it.
Can you ever feel that it becomes an end in itself? This, I mean, building up something and then tear it down, challenging yourself. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, yeah, these look. They're all pieces of shit.
You buy that
Not this one here.
You buy the greatest hits. But I mean, can you ever feel that this back catalog, I mean, it's 40 albums, something in 40 years, somewhat, that it's too heavy?
I never tried to carry it around like before. I don't know. It is what it is, huh? What can I say? This is it. I did that so far.
down by the river. I shot my baby down by the river.
I think like audio verite, do you say it like that?
Yeah.
The joy of incompetence.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Well, it's just that you don't have to be right. You don't have to be perfect. There's 99% of the records made today are perfect. They put it on a Pro Tools machine and they put it on a grid, they straighten out every drum beat, make everything perfect. After a while, it's like riding a sick elevator up and down. You know, it goes at the same speed all the time. What floor you get off at, it doesn't matter, you know. It's all a big machine. So the music that is made by people adjusting things to be perfect is people who they have no idea what perfect is to me. Perfect to me is imperfect. You know, the Indians don't like perfect things. You know, the Native Americans would make a beautiful rug with incredible detail, much more detail, but everything is different. It's all evolving and changing. The colors are developing. There's all of these things, and then there'd be one pattern that's all screwed up. You know, just be out of respect for God. You know, like you know, the Great Spirit. You don't make anything perfect. You know, that's not supposed to be right.
But I mean, saying that, do you ever longing for a time when, I mean, I guess you were more naive both when it comes to the business and making records? Do you see what I mean? Can you go back?
No, I really don't. I don't care about that. I see, because I'm still doing what I like to do. So I'm not looking back for a place where it used to be better than it is now, because now is as good as it's going to get. you know, right now is when it's happening, you know. So when I go back in the studio the next time, I'm going to be in the studio right now. You know, not trying to do something I did. So I like that.
Are we out of time?
5 minutes? You good for 5, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay? Perfect.
Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. I want to look in my eyes and you can tell that's true.
I was thinking about age. The word old is often mentioned throughout your whole career.
Right. Well, you know.
Do you think a lot about it?
I must. It's in there. It's in all the songs. I don't know. It's, you know, some things are older than others.
But how do you feel about getting older?
I can't help it.
But
That's
would you like
that's a
to?
Bob Dylan quote. Somebody asked him, I don't know, a long time ago, how does it feel to be getting older? He said, I can't help it.
But would you like to try? I mean, if it was...
No, I like it. I can't help it, and I don't care. You know, being older is not a problem.
Out on the road, the traffic slowed down to a crawl. Strobe lights flashing on the overpass. Sure. On a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson. Her long blonde hair flying in the wind. The air she breathes.
Here on the floor, I don't know if we see it on the camera right now, but I mean, there's so many albums. But
Well, maybe we should just pick them all back up and, you know, try to put them back together. It's not worth it, really.
it
They're
looks
on the
good.
floor of life, you know, they're everywhere.
But since you've been releasing I mean, there's so many songs, and you have a lot of songs in your archives that isn't released yet. But Asian, is that something that comes natural to you, and has that changed during the years?
It comes naturally to me, and if it doesn't come, I don't do anything. I don't, you know, music and the muse, the feeling of music and the spirit of music is like a wild animal. You have to approach it very carefully. You have to be careful not to scare it away, and you have to treat it with respect if you want to get close to it.
And how do you
Very
do
much
that?
like a wild wolf or like some primitive animal that can turn on you and kill you just like that. So you have to be very careful with it, and yet you want to make friends with it. So you coax it out of the cave, you know, come on out, I got something for you here. Come on over here, I'm not gonna jump, I'm not gonna move fast, you're just waiting over here, I never hurt you before. But I know you're there, I respect you.
And then all of a sudden, perhaps something. Do you feel that has happened? That the wolf is trying to bite you?
When I'm playing sometimes, and I'm playing my guitar, and we're sailing, and mostly times with Crazy Horse, that kind of music, you know, I feel like I'm dancing with it, and it could just take me at any time. But I'm not worried. I know. I feel like it's there with me. It's not like you know, I've gotten close to it, and it's accepted me in its own animal way, and I've accepted it in my own animal way just for a while. It's only for a flash and for an instant.